Welcome back to another yummy update. Bitcoin around $98,000, friends. This is the weekly candle of our current time right now. Are we going to move towards $100,000? That would be history repeating. However, there was also something to think about in January of each of those big Bitcoin halvening post-Bitcoin halvening years. So 2013, 2017, and 2021. January sucked, okay? Actually, the past two of them sucked. But here's the thing. December was good back then. So what we've had now is we've had a slower December. Okay, so just to show you, you can actually visualize that just by a monthly candle as well here. This is the Bitcoin monthly candle. And you see right now, see December finished red. And now we are starting in January as well. So it does mean, like, yeah, technically we're allowed, I guess, to go up if the 4-year cycle is going to repeat. Remember, it's the 4-year global liquidity cycle. And yeah, we're just ultimately waiting for some sort of conclusion for this whole bull market. But we really need to get things to get a move on right now, okay? So we're waiting for the altcoin unicorn. That's where we are right now. And as you just look around, you go, maybe it's Fartcoin, maybe it's going to be PDI. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be a Pokemon on who knows, okay? You don't know what they are, but they will basically start to take charge, and it gets retail in. This is what happened every single time in the past. Now, ultimately as well, you can see the Bitcoin dominance chart here. This is the weekly chart. We wanted to start doing this like acceleration to the downside, where basically that's actually the end of the game, friends, just to let you know. So the end is literally just these, like, here you go, just like these 50 days, and it's pretty much over. Just to show you, look how low a small number of days this goes for. There you go. It's literally 42 days, and it's over. That's wild. So I don't know if it's going to do like a 42-day crackdown here to, like, you know, March or Feb or whatever. But just to show you something, there is a blood moon here and there is a blood moon here in September as well. Okay, so I've got more videos and stuff coming out for you. Just to explain. Yeah, so yeah, astrology, you know, you just spend one crypto cycle here and, you know, astrology is real. So there are 2 blood moons this year. And yeah, does that mean we go down forever? No, it probably just means that that could be just the correction years where everyone loses their mind. But also, it all comes down to Others BTC. So no matter what comes out in the news, friends, Others BTC, it's now at around 19.4%. So you can see right here, 0.194. It's starting to make its way up. And we're obviously looking for some sort of explosion of altcoins relative to Bitcoin. And if you actually draw a channel up here, just to show you, see this, you just draw this channel up here, it would imply that eventually we hit something like, and this number out here is like 65 to like 70%, which is enormous. Yeah, that means altcoins are like 65 to 70% of the size of Bitcoin. Wow, they might actually get to parity eventually in the future. That's what you're pretty much betting on. But I mean, it's not all roses and fairies, because you need still, you need to be in the altcoins that are actually composing in the index, and they're new cycle coins every single time. Yeah, because old things die out, and then there's new product market fit that appears as we progress. Now, friends, obviously, of the big news of the day, I cover this in Juicy News a lot, but ULTI Project has pretty much failed after 3 days. Now, this is actually their words. They've actually, like, just everyone's in shock, saying, unfortunately, ULTI is a failed experiment. They're basically the slippage settings for their bot to buy the token. The slippage was too low, because it's meant to protect against the MEV bots, and our slippage is so low it never activates. And you might ask, hey, can we just grab the Ethereum stuck in the pool? No, because that's what happens, friends. It's locked away in a contract forever. There's 1,900 ETH. Oh man, that's $7 million, man. Ah man. Ah gosh. So I covered a lot of it in Juicy News, but it was a bull market Ponzi game. But here's the thing. You got to understand, friends, I covered it extensively. Hex pumped because you followed the meme cult religion archetype. Started off as a meme. It's now in a cult. If it grows big enough, it'll become a religion. Okay, PulseChain is the religion, the answer to everyone's problems. But it's pretty much what these religions do, just like Bitcoin, right? Example. And many other out there as well. So when you're looking at these, you have to understand that the value is not in the tokenomics. So yes, to buy in, you were meant to put ETH. Don't do it, obviously. You meant, because everything's locked forever. You put ETH into a pool. It goes somewhere. It's meant to buy up the token over time. But that's not enough, man. You know, friends, there's not enough liquidity to support everybody leaving. You know that, right? You know, there's only, in the total crypto industry, there's only $200 billion of stablecoins for an industry that is 3.3 trillion, which you could, no, 3.4 trillion. So yes, that's true, right? Look at this. So that's right. If everyone in crypto sold all their money, you can only extract $200 billion into US bank accounts. That's it. So you're saying, hey, where's the 3 trillion? Well, welcome to how markets work. This is how things work. Liquidity, that's how these things work. Okay, that's market caps and stuff out here. But that's like how everything in the world works. If you have land, real estate, not everybody can sell at the same time. Yeah, only like 2 people in the street can sell at once. If there's like a big storm that's going to take over, like let's say a tsunami is going to come or an earthquake, it's game over, dude. Literally, if everyone has to leave at once, it's literally game over. But also, the best part about crypto is what happens when everybody tries to join at once. Okay, now you have the parabolic explosion. So I covered a lot of this before, friends, as well. We can go through the history of everything out here. But I want you to understand that a lot of these, okay, bull market games, you can't control whether they're going to work or not. All right, so you cannot look. It's fair, man. Like Hex is a cult, PulseChain's a cult. You can have this attitude of, I don't want to touch anything else ever again. That's okay. That's okay. But then I'm just helping. I go for the people because I know you will touch other stuff. I know people will. I'm just trying to help, man. 90% core, 10% lottery. Because if you step outside that, if it hurts, you're like, I'm never doing that again. Okay, you learn. Okay. And you really do stick to that. It doesn't have to be an exact ratio. It doesn't have to, but you split in your mind. You go, hey, is this a core or is this a lottery? Just think about that, man. Like, I'll give you the example all the time, okay? Yeah, you're a young 18-year-old kid, okay? Did you meet this girl at a community park or did you meet her literally at a strip club? Is she working the front desk at a strip club? Okay, see what I mean? Like, you saw him, okay, I met this girl at a community park. She's got that long floral dress. Maybe she was like picking flowers for her grandma or something. Okay, like, you got to judge a book by a cover sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, totally different girl to like, okay, she's got bolt-ons, she's got neck tattoos, she's working at a strip club, she's a front desk girl. You know what I mean? Her name's Misty or whatever. You see what I mean? Like, I really understand, okay, I can see how these two stories might play out differently, okay? You do have to judge books by the cover. You have to take a punt somewhere. You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just go through these and go, well, I'm going to give everything a 100% all-in try because you run out of money. In markets, you run out of money. You know that. You can't go all in all the time. So with Ulti friends, I guess that post-mortem, which is sad, but look, they might try it again. People have taken reputation hits, but like, man, who cares about this? I'll be honest, like, I didn't cover it. I didn't do it, but I was open to it. And I said, hey, it's a bull market Ponzi game. Okay, retards bought JPEGs in 2021. I don't want to be the guy who fades everything and it misses out on people buying $400,000 JPEGs. I don't want to miss out on that. However, friends, there's a thing out here. You got to see the bubbling of excitement. Okay, you have to see the bubbling of excitement. If you're just tokenomics, there's no excitement. You're just code. Okay, that's not enough. It's better to have no tokenomics and all hype than the opposite, than no hype and all tokenomics. Okay, as you got to see JPEGs, bro. People literally bought JPEGs, $400,000 monkey JPEGs. That's how we ended up in 2021. I've also made this here for you. Look at this. Check this out, friends. The game of hot potato. This is the truth, right? You know, if PulseChain core coins, if they were 10x higher, so I'm just going to show you the PulseChain price chart. I know it looks garbage, friends, but if PulseChain, right, if we were like at 4 or 5x day one sec, I saw a general person in the comment section. Good comment you made. Incorrect conclusion, but thank you for this comment. It's really good because this person said, we would have never had this if Richard Hart's coins were going up. I said, wrong conclusion, sir. No. Lucky we haven't pumped yet. If Richard Hart's core coins were up, there wouldn't be $7 million trapped in that pool right now. There would be over $100 million. I guarantee you over $100 million. It's a psychological wealth effect. That's how it works. Because like your kitty, your treasure chest gets so big, you're confident, you start splurging more. You see, that's exactly what happens. It's kind of like, okay, when people win, if people win at a casino, like, hey, I won 100 grand for the night. Yeah, the retail stores around the casino, they get more people coming in to purchase stuff because they're feeling euphoric. Hey, I've won some money, right? Now, I also got to remind you of something as well. A lot of people want to know, when are we going to pump? Because it's funny. You're looking at like, Chainlink or something else going up like 8%, and then PulseChain's down 3%. You know what I mean? Let's check it out here. Like, okay, it's down. Okay, it's only up. Okay, barely a percent here. Okay, for 7 days, it's down 13%. This is nothing, and these are like small numbers. This doesn't actually mean anything. But I know psychologically we want that dopamine. We want to like keep moving up, keep moving up. I get it. However, Hex only pumped in 2021 after Richard thought the top was in. Okay, that's when it started, which is May 2021. So Richard called the top here. So he didn't know we were going to do a double top. Okay, he called the top here. So that's another thing. It's when he thought the top was in. Okay, where he's like, hey, Bitcoin's top 64K. It's over. Okay, now we had that, that double complacency top at the end. So is that a clue as to what's going to happen for us? It could be. If you pump too early, your coins become food for vampires to basically steal your mindshare liquidity, and then your rally gets capped potentially, and then they basically get the faster pumps off you. Okay, that's what happens. So that's if you pump too early. If you pump too late, you miss the bull market. Okay, that's what happens, because like everything's done, like everyone lost money from what they had. They're in the mood for like exiting, and they have too much fear now. Okay, so that's pretty much. If you can actually go back to say Bitcoin's weekly chart, we can actually observe that right here. So you still had time in the bull market actually here, even though Bitcoin was going down and was over. You still had like these last minute chances to go up. Dow did 400x here, and it's pretty much game over. Okay, but you see how it's hot potato running out of time. So obviously the biggest mania happened here. And then you had all the 5% residual manias here and JPEGs and stuff out here. This is the final pump here, and it was pretty much game over, okay? Hex actually peaked here. There you go, September 2021. So you can see these things and how they naturally, they flow out through the cycle. It's outside of our control. That's probably the most important thing to gather of all, friends. So I know we got our lollipops out here having fun, but it's outside of our control. We actually can't do anything except play some heavy beats. That's actually all we can do. Waiting for his wild unicorn altcoin to appear. And remember, friends, I've on my crypto strategy, I talk about taking profit and selling. I've said this so many times, but there's only like everyone just says, "Oh, just do whatever." There's actually, friends, it was different every time, but there's one common theme. Okay, in every single, there's the only thing that worked 3 out of 3 times, and I don't know if it's going to work a 4th time, but the common theme was basically, okay, you hold until Q4 of this year, October, November, December, and then you just start selling out. That's the common theme. Timing-wise, though, okay, timing-wise, if you wanted to play it, like, get cute, this is also what happened. The altcoin BTC ratios peak 12 months after the Bitcoin halving, okay? So, April. So, that's wave 1. Okay, so they peak after that. You go into Bitcoin. So that's what basically happens. So altcoins are meant to start running up now, next 100 days, which I've covered as well, which is strange. Friends, they literally, if you do 100 days from when it flipped green on the weekly super trend, it literally lands on Blood Moon week. Literally the exact week. Blood Moon week is literally the 10th to 17th of March. Okay. So I don't know, man. Are we going to go? Is that going to be the move? We go up here. You're meant to sell into BTC, come back up, and then continue. I don't know. It's you probably don't want to get too cute with these, but yes, that's pretty much what happened in the past. And like, you're already feeling the man. If you get it wrong, if you sell too early, because you look how low you're selling. You're not selling like an expensive others ratio. Of course, we can just magically go up maybe. But if you sell down here and you're wrong, man, you'll never forgive yourself if you're actually wrong about it and it keeps going up. So that's another thing we have to think about, right? Because in 2021, Dogecoin mania was the big one in wave 1, and then wave 2 sucked. Okay, well, we might get an inverse this year. We're feeling like we will get an inverse this year where our wave 1 is going to be poop. Okay, our wave 1 is going to be poop. And then the white swan's going to be the big one at the very, very end. You know, either somewhere in Q4 this year or maybe even January, late stage next year. That's totally guessing. But timing those waves, we'll see, I guess, play out. But yeah, ultimately, you want to know with crypto, don't even worry about these ratios and all these other things. We know that they're all correlated together. Yes, but that's what it all came down to. Waiting until the end of this year and then just exiting out. But then there might be that bonus Altseason Wave number 2, so we'll see. I'll be honest, yeah, it does worry me a bit because I made so many videos for you in 2023 saying you don't want to be relying on Altseason Wave number 2. You remember that, friends? I made a lot of videos in 2023 saying we don't want to be relying on number 2, but we can't do anything, man. Like wave 1 sucks. But when I said that in that context, I remember I was assuming maybe we get a big exciting wave number 1. And I'm like, hey, don't gamble everything for wave number 2 because it might be garbage. Okay, but what if wave 1's crap? Well, to be honest, it's actually easier for you and me now. We don't actually really have to be worried now. I think about it more. Because like, well, if wave 1's crap, what does crap mean? It means you never get expensive. It means like you don't have a lot of non-believers. The companions don't enter. Okay, you're just like, okay, well, if you stay here, there's nothing for me to get worried about ever. Ever. We only get worried if, and by the way, remember, you got to look at this vertical black line, friends. Right now, we're almost 0.195. Where would actually be dangerous? I would say around here. Okay, it's about 60%. It means 0.6 or 0.195. So basically, roughly, altcoins are around 20% of Bitcoin size. Remember, this outside of top 10. So pure altcoins. Others is 20% of Bitcoin's market cap. Okay. I'm not worried at 25% or 30 or 40. I'm not worried anywhere here, okay? I'm not worried at 45. Okay, that's actually the high. The previous high was 50, okay? You might just draw that line in the sand and go, you know what? At 50, okay, be careful, because we might be in that final leg. It can spike up to 60 and we're done, okay? But we're not at 50% yet. We're at 20%. And that's ultimately why there's nothing really to worry about. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget it loves you. Catch you soon.